Hey, what's up, guys? Spicy Beans, Jake. You guys ready to get into some more Planet Zoo mischief this evening? This Flamingo Lagoon just turned out killer, did it not? Look, this is where I'm going to do my little animal talks at. Hopefully. I'm good, I'm good. Remember, if we end up getting like little otters, they're going to take the place of our little derpy anteaters. Hello. So this may be more water. This, you know, this Flamingo Lagoon. Look at this one over here underneath the waterfall. This Flamingo Lagoon is making me want, like, it's making me want to rethink this whole area. Hey, there's Remnant right here. Thank you, buddy. It's not quite that Balboa aesthetic, but this is like, you know, the redheaded stepchild version of yours. But, you know, I think the lagoon, it just plays off nice with the, like, the little rock wall and the adventure course. But back here, thinking this stuff may go. I kind of want to incorporate. I was even thinking about, like, maybe, you know, we have this little shopping area up here. I was thinking about maybe lifting that and maybe bringing it closer to the lagoon. I don't know. It's just, like I said, Remnant is making me rethink the entire existence of this park. But the good thing is, it's not like we're not on any time schedule or anything. This is just, you know, we can move stuff, insinuate things. I was even thinking about, like, you see how this waterfall kind of comes down into the Flamingo Lagoon? You know, I thought it would be pretty neat. What if the stream or whatever, or the river that fed this waterfall actually ran through the middle of this market, like, town area? Like, there's a lot of things I think we can make happen and revisualize here. You know? We could leave the giraffes, all of that kind of, you know, where they're at. All of that could possibly stay, but I'm talking about, like, reimagining this area. There's just so much we're changing up about the park right now, about the zoo, for the better, I think. So much more we can do with the layout now. Yes, and if you see Remnant in the chat, he is directly responsible for all of this Planet Zoo Suyana mischief. Us getting things changed up here for the better. I'll note, for the better. Oh, cool, Coaster Designer. Did you get you a rig set up? Ah, yes, they are. Like all of Frontier's titles are on sale right now, aren't they? Computer will tolerate it. Yes, unintentionally responsible. Yes, when Remnant plays this game, it is always beautiful, and the one thing that I admire about Remnant is he does things on his own time. There is no rush. Remnant's showcases are ready when they're ready. They are not. There is no pressure. There is no. They when he is ready, he is ready, and does not disappoint. And these guys act like they're about to fight. Guys, I actually couldn't believe I went into Planet Coaster a couple days ago to get the water park off of there to put it on Steam for one of Race Car's buddies that wanted to look at it up closer, might take some things from it, and I was not having, like, it was as smooth as butter. So that kind of has me, like I was saying on Twitter, I may do some Planet Coaster streams. May do some Planet Coaster streams this weekend at some point. I don't know, Jake. I don't know. I kind of want to wait before I really start another animal exhibit. I want to wait and see what this DLC is going to be. Because like I said, the anteaters being in here are probably pretty short-lived. I'm going to get these guys moved out of here, and this will be semi-aquatic. Like, I definitely, if we end up getting otters or even beavers or whatever, I want another lagoon-type spill-off down here, because the Flamingo Lagoon ended up just working out so well that that's kind of what I want to keep going with that. But our focus tonight is maybe shifting this to bring it closer to the lagoon. Or yeah, even seals, yeah. Yeah, we could figure out maybe some kind of indoor space for the anteaters. But yeah, they were cool right here for a while, but then, like I said, when I saw Remnant's Lagoon, that's when this kind of area, I knew it was up for a change. Like, as soon as I saw that, because Remnant has an Instagram now, look on there, it's @PlanetRemnant. It's the newest picture that he has on there. I immediately thought of this underutilized playground area. And that's kind of what got the gears turning of kind of reimagining this. Amali is here. Hello. We're only 10 minutes in and I'm already down to my ice. I'm going to have to get a drink here in a little bit. So what we shall do is the little treehouse village here. That is going to go, my friends. And this, I really want to keep this. I just don't know where we'll put it, per se. So let me at least make sure this is saved. And we'll relocate this eventually. Ah, so that is not in Balboa. Cheeky new project. That piques my interest. You'll have to show us soon. Yeah, Remnant, I like your interpretation of the plaster bottoms. It's just, as far as us not having a multitude of like different styles of water to work with, like as far as, you know, we can't really do, you can't distinguish much between like very, very tropical blue, murky, or clear. The plaster is just an awesome way to go about it. And it's just so clean and just, it still has that natural look. Like they could get in here and drain it and clean it and scrub it and pressure wash it real easy if they had to. And that's just kind of like, that's just the look that I like for this. I just think that's why it kind of works out so well. It just pops better than the natural water does. Really, really fun concept you use on that. This was the old penguin exhibit. And see what I mean? Like, just the water is just, it's better than Planet Coaster, but it's still almost just a little lifeless. Like, it's like the plaster just gives it some integrity and gives it some character. Whereas just, I mean, look, it speaks for itself. Like, this was the old Flamingo Lagoon. And here are their new digs. So they're moving up. Aiden says, is there any plans for another Pine Creek Zoo type build? You know, you never know. I had a lot of fun hanging out with the Bro Nation peeps and just trying to figure out how to build a less hyper fantasy focused zoo. Really, really interesting concepts those guys like design and live by over there. Just the way that they go about designing, and Remnant's tied in with those guys as well. It just like their higher level of thinking when it comes to zoo design, habitat design, water drainage, foliage options. It's on another level, and I find it so intriguing and interesting to take on a Pine Creek type build. So short answer, not anytime soon probably. Long answer, I definitely think that a Pine Creek will happen again. Maybe we'll do a sister park to it. Maybe a DLC or two down the road. And you know, we'll kind of see what we can come up with. But yes, Jake, Pine Creek, its last form is on the workshop right now, so you could go pick it up and you know, just search for S. Dan Wolf. You'll see me on there, and Pine Creek's a couple pieces back, but you'll see it, and you can get on there and try it out. Thanks, Zekin. Zekin is heading into the lurk cave. Zekin can use me. Zekin usually uses me as some good background noise. Pine Creek, pine oak, pine cedar, pine palm. Yeah, maybe one of these days we could do a little sequel to Pine Creek. So this is going to be a pretty big task to take on, guys. If we're going to attempt to relocate this shopping center and make it cohesive with the new lagoon. Yeah, that is a good way to explain Pine Creek. You know, it's like I didn't like it wasn't hyper realism, but it was nowhere near the scale and the budget of Suyana. You know, it's definitely more restrained. If you guys hadn't seen earlier, we actually also took some Remnant inspiration and redid our Indian Rhinoceros exhibit over here. I think it looks a lot better. We actually split it up into 3 exhibits. Remember, earlier, this whole thing, like right when you came in right here, this was, the only thing it was the Indian Rhinoceros. But I just thought we could do better, and looking at Remnant's Indian Rhinoceros kind of layout and the small like undulations and the rising of the terrain in certain spots, I think this area just came out so much better. And then look, we were even able to give them some Komodo Dragon neighbors. These guys, they haven't rounded up the monkeys yet, Blue. We'll get to that. We've got our Komodo Dragons in here now. Really, really just interesting, like, trio, like, tri-paddock here. And just really kind of has, like we were saying with the Flamingo Lagoon, we really built a lot of character into this area now than just one big, massive rhino exhibit, you know. Our little monkeys are actually supposed to be over here, but they are they're hanging out with the rhinos for right now. So yeah, this is kind of like Rhino Valley through here. Yeah, Aiden, one thing I like with the Komodo Dragons is I was actually like this tree, the stringwood eucalyptus tree, I kind of tilted it sideways, almost like, I wish we had a version of this tree that was just like a dead version, but see, I've tilted it sideways, and it's really cool when they come under here and they're like resting under the fallen branches. And I really went kind of Carlos G with it, with just, you know, a little bit of water. Oh, you know what, Remnant? We've got to show you what Carlos did for me. I don't know if you got to catch it last time, but Carlos G, check this out. Imani Trail. Is this not killer? Check out this retaining wall he built for me. He had the park for like maybe 10 or 11 days. And out of that, he may have worked on it for 8. And look what he was able to do for me. Now, Suyana has a really, like, just awesome, fleshed out nature trail. And you can come out here, like, see this dead ends out here, but you can walk out, like, see this little, he's got this little, like, natural path you can take out here to a dead end, and you can observe them from out here as well. He's got the little signage boards up. This is just so stinking cool. And of course, you know, look at these girls up here. Just awesome view from up here as well. Another little pathway right here. Look at the he's kind of used like the elephant leaves to grow vines up the trees. And he actually did that over here at the entrance as well. And with like the incredible use of the Spanish moss that I always forget about. Look at that eucalyptus tree with the moss hanging off of it. And it even has like, you can take these little tiny trails just around the trees. And then you can go up into the suspended walkway that he has supported by the Brazilian nut trees. Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I'm like, dude, if you ever feel like building in Suyana, please do not feel like you can't ask me again because you already did it. Like, there will always be a spot on the roster for you to build in here. And it actually, the Amani trail actually has 2 entrances. This path, if you come over here, it's actually, you can, it's the tiger exhibit that brings you that way. Yeah, thank you, Matt. That's always fun to kind of design. It's always fun to design with the animals, like when you're thinking of their welfare and stuff. I think it just helps the design. This is like a little tiger lagoon over here, and gonna rethink this as well. But we also have our little tortoises over here. And another thing that Remnant is always trying to think of, custom fencing. So that is another kind of tip that I've taken from him. Rethink your fencing. Don't just always, you don't always have to go with the in-game fencing, and you wouldn't believe some of these designs you can come up with just by taking a little bit of time and thinking out some of the blockades in the fencing. And so see, you can make your way down through here. I got to get these guys just a little more cover. But yeah, this leads right to the trail. And he just did some gorgeous work with these trees and the supports. And look at the little rock work. This is just like the little temple stone, but just barely sticking them up out of the ground. And the rocks kind of keep them, like they don't want to walk across that. So it kind of keeps them away from our first barrier here. And that's just killer. Hey, what's up, Kels? But yeah, we had to, this is what it looks like from up above. It's just like so unimposing from up here, it just kind of looks like it could, just like a patch of openness from up here. But then when you get down in here, that's when you notice, okay, yeah, there's a little more going on down here than the treetop reveals. Yeah, we could do that, Bluefin, and then we could come up with something else over there in their smaller pen. We may try that. I think I like how the Gharial exhibit come out, really natural. You've got the like this little suspended bridges that go over them. You almost have like little like water mud soaked beach areas. The sight lines are awesome from up here as well. Like if you're just, if you just so happen to be walking by, like maybe going over to the gift shop area. And then of course, if you're out here in the middle of it, a lot of shade provided out here. So this would definitely, I think, be a high traffic, fun little spot to come check out the Gharials. And then like that, the Gharials kind of flank our adventure tour area that we still really need to get in here and work on. So we've got the adventure tour to work on, the gift shop here It's done. We removed the hotel to kind of make way for the lagoon operations here. And yes, there is still quite a bit of work left to do. We've got to start working on the Adventure Jeep Bridge here. What else do we need to mess with? We got the Ranger Station installed here. I think that came out killer. It's funny, like you build stuff months later and it looks like this was always supposed to be here. And obviously we developed this part of the park like 4 months ago. And then we come up with one blueprint and I'm just like, I know exactly where that Ranger Station needs to go. And look, I barely even had to move any of these rocks. It literally just sat down in here almost perfect. They've got the little path here they can come by and kind of see what's going on. Check in on the Rangers. That is Fury 4's bulldozer I found on the workshop. Absolutely excellent piece. Hey Heather, what's up, buddy? I'm hoping you're getting some Planet Zoo time in this weekend. I am off of work until Monday, so we should get us some designing going in now. We should maybe even break off and do some Planet Coaster this weekend. But I should have some gaming time. These are our little Indian elephants. If you didn't get to catch it last time, Heather, this is our kind of like our little remnant-inspired Flamingo Lagoon that used to house a big playground. Hey Jonas, what's up, buddy? I am doing good. See, we still have a lot of cleanup to do right here, too. Yeah, so this is the bit of mischief we've been in, and now I'm thinking about trying to relocate this shopping area and tie it in a little more with the lagoon, like right here. Hey, how you doing, Jeremy? I've literally played this game for an entire year and don't have one single saved or completed zoo. Hey, a lot of times that's me, like especially with Planet Coaster. I've gotten a little better with zoo. I'm trying not to abandon projects so much. Like I'm really trying not to be Poison Blade Squirrel here. I want to, of course, Poison Blade, you know, he is a squirrel, but he sees projects through. I have a problem with that. I just get like, I'll go onto Pinterest or something and I see just one piece of concept art and I want to start a brand new zoo, like off of one piece of concept art. So, you know how it goes. Oh, for anybody that just popped in too, this is probably not going to be the Anteater exhibit much longer. I want to tie it in with its own like lagoon area, but I want to see what they're going to announce with the new DLC. So obviously now we know we have the animal talks coming, and then with the verbiage of we've got more exciting stuff planned to end the year with a bang. Hopefully very soon. I don't think this weekend, but hopefully next week or week after, we will get some kind of an announcement, and that way we can kind of maybe get an animal in here and try to plan out, you know, what we want to do in here in the in this little lower lagoon a little better. Shoom. Choom. Sorry, Dick. Oh, Gek, you're going to ice skating? That sounds stinking fun. Oh, you haven't missed much. We're just kind of... We are kind of floating around and... Heather, I'm going to make you a mod so you can take care of this stuff for me if you see this weirdness. Sorry. Abandoned village with vines overtaking it for primate build. That is cool because we do not have the gorillas in here yet. We only have the orangutans and the chimpanzees. No, Jeremy, this is just sandbox. This is just straight up sandbox mode. This is kind of like our little entrance out here with my horribly designed front parking lot that we need to work on as well. And this is kind of like your little entrance area. This is Jaguar Falls over here. So this is kind of what first greets you once you get out of the car. And then, of course, we've got a little side project that we brought into Suyana. This is like the little elevated treehouse village. And then going really random over here, this is our Pandora kind of like pseudo floating mountain area. But it seemed like a Suyana type thing to do. So this is kind of like more exotic jungle type area, you know? We could keep this in mind though, like if we ever go to like what if I would like one day go to take on like an Animal Kingdom recreation. Look, I've already got the floating mountains like ready to go in my back pocket. Hey, you never know. You know what? And also, too, I love this tree right here, but I found a new tree that I'm kind of falling in love with, and that is the one that Carlos brought in. And check out how awesome this is. Does that not just bring so much stinking character to an area just with the 3 pieces of moss that are hanging down? That is just killer. Yeah, what if Dollywood was an Animal Kingdom recreation? That could be cool. Like, do it like an Animal Kingdom, but make it like rustic and like maybe like frontier, like, you know? Yeah, anywhere that I've accentuated that original tree you saw, like I've been trading it out with this tree. And I just think it just has a lot more character. Well, Jake, the actual tree here is, it's all of it's in game, but I think Carlos he's like combined a bunch of the eucalyptus trees and also added Spanish moss and stuff like that. Because see, this whole tree, let's just see here. This was let me go to the original one this was the original tree that I took that from. So if we copy that and bring that out here. See, he even has some vines that were growing up his original one. So the main piece you're looking for is the stringwood eucalyptus. But other than that, he's kind of just added the moss. I am loving that tree. I love any tree in Planet Zoo that has like that has the bark exposed that much. And I've actually even flanked the left-hand side of the ranger station with 1, 2. All these people are kind of making their way over to see the jaguars. There may be one laying down here, that's why they're... No, they're just kind of walking around right now. There goes one. Getting his morning jog in. Pink chicken flamingo. American murder log. Yes, we need some murder logs. My top 5, I actually just tweeted out today, was, make sure I tell you all this right. Let's see, let me pull this up. My 5, there's remnants in no particular order: seal, sun bear, manatee, otter, charizard. Mine are I want a manatee. So manatees, American alligator, river otter, mountain lion, and bald eagle. I'm still holding out hope for birds, like actual bird habitats. So fingers crossed. But like we saw with the weird little leak stuff, hopefully my otter wish will come through down here. So if that ends up happening, the anteaters are gone, and this will be an otter lagoon. And, you know, this will kind of be the little path for it up here. People will be able to look right down on them. May end up doing some kind of, you know, like a little walkway down through here and kind of glass them off. There's like otters have been my number 1. If they bring seals and penguins with these, I have to tear down so much of my current zoo. But I also want to redo my elephant habitat. Yeah. If they bring otters and like semi-aquatic animals in, I think a lot of people's zoos are going to probably change up a little. All right, so let's get down to business, guys. I have yapped here, and you all have come to see some action. So let's just try this. I just want to see if I can make something happen with this with the shops in the background of the lagoon and the elevated path, and you know, all of the things. I kind of like this little flower bed with this palm tree. I don't want to have to get rid of it necessarily if I don't have to just yet. See if that can stay. Bluefin said, not sure if I can narrow things down to 5. My top 5: trash pandas, birds and butterflies, river otter, seal, walrus, and sun bear. Jake says, when do you think Frontier will drop the DLC? Hopefully early December. That's what Drew and I are kind of shooting for. I don't think hopefully they wouldn't wait all the way until Christmas, you know, like leading up to Christmas, but we'll see. Hopefully pretty soon. I'm thinking now that you guys have to agree with me now that we got the animal educator teasing, that next week more teasing will happen. Right? I mean, it has to. They're not just going to drop that on us and then go a whole nother week and not say anything. So hopefully next week, important week for our, for kind of like our Planet Zoo mischief, I believe. Okay, gotta get rid of those for now. And I will get rid of that for now. And I know these are like really janky, poorly designed stairs on my part, but I love them and I have to have them lead up to this shopping center. Sorry. Okay, so the path can still... Ooh, I think that's going to look pretty cool, guys. Look, the market's not even there. And I think I'm going to have this tree kind of shield these stairs as far as shade goes. But you know, the only thing is, though, this is not... You know, this is a perfect time for us to make this ADA compliant, especially for our wheelchair buddies, our elderly folk. This, we need to... What we may do is, let's just see, because this is the perfect time to be thinking ADA with this. Just how I'm going to do it. Let's see. I could flank a little ADA section maybe with this, with another rising planter. We can get us a ramp going. Kind of right up through here for wheelchair access. If I can make that look right. I already like the stairs, so that's a good thing. Like see the sight line from over here? Like even if you were a guest up on this pedestal, those stairs are going to look cool. And we can leave the rock wall. Like, that's fine. Oh, right, Jonas, that would be cool. Because that's what they do. You know, like even in Zoo Knoxville, you do not see those tigers together. Like, they let them, you know, that's a no-no. So... at least there it is. So that, yeah, that would be a cool feature to have, like animal gates and you know, switch out houses and... Oh no, Jake's game crashed. Coaster designer said, I have a strong hunch the next two DLCs, Marine Something in South Asia, Sun Bears, Asian Giant River Otters fit there, and those were potentially leaked. Could be. Somebody was telling me, though, might have been Lion Rider's video, talking about how the sun bears didn't differentiate between the female, the male, the juvenile. So they were thinking like the sun bear may not be as close to being ready right now as the other ones are. So they were kind of, a lot of people were thinking maybe the sun bear wasn't happening as soon as the other ones. But I don't know. See you, Aiden. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Yeah, this tree just oozes Suyana here, man. This is just so stinking cool. Oh, Planet Becky, a couple people mentioned Capybara to me today. Saw meerkats. What's another one that I haven't seen you all mention that got mentioned to me a lot today? Oh, Simply Savannah with sloths. Really would be really cool to see sloths in the game. Cranes, yes. Crane, incredible zoo staple. Definitely need cranes. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I am going to grab my trusty sidewalk set, and we are going to try to get us an ADA ramp set up here. If I can make this look right. Might be a little more accentuated than what you would typically see, but at least it would allow for wheelchair access. Dean says, I think more smaller animals would be good. Animals that maybe are usually housed indoors. Yeah. A lot of people, speaking of Dean mentioning that, a lot of people mention foxes, fox to me today. I can't remember what type they were actually saying, but that was a big hitter today. Getting some foxes in the game. Down, down, down. Let's see, Coaster Designer says, I think building set wise we could use something more hypothetically futuristic, like an Antarctic research set for winter fitting, along with penguins and marine life. You know, honestly, that's a good point, and I think that's why I'm kind of like almost shying away from finishing that the Polar Research Center. Just because I just don't feel like I have the pieces to make it look right. I mean, of course, Drew lent me his dome, but that's probably the best looking part. The rest of it is just, it's getting away from me a little bit. I'm just not able to theme it out as good as I want to. But we'll see. Rob Doe said, I would like native Canadian Alaskan with Inuit art and totems. Yes. That would be killer. Yeah, you would definitely think something North American's coming. Like elk, maybe Kodiak bear. Who knows? You know, I mean, a lot of possibilities. A lot of possibilities on that. Tree dogs, buffalo. Of course, you know, especially if we get, you know, the thing, like if we get the sun bear and stuff, you'll have people start arguing about we have enough bears now. So I don't know, you know, like I said, Kodiak could, you know, massive Kodiak bears could be snuck in, but kind of maybe the same as buffalo. If you might have people saying, well, we already have bison. You know, it just kind of, you know how people are. And this right here could just be like a little dead-end relaxation zone. Kind of pull your cart over off to the side. Baby stroller. And this is what I usually use is like, you know, little curb pieces, guys. The breeze block base trim, 2 and 4 meter. And then I just take some mulch and plop down in here and hide it. Just kind of spruces up your paths a little bit, you know. Gives it a little more pop. And that little corner's kind of cleaned up. But you guys are right. Sun Bear popped up a lot today on my Twitter and the YouTube post. So there is definitely some interest out there for the Sun Bear. That cannot be disputed. You know, NutraHurst was telling me about that Asiatic lion. It's like almost like a jungle lion, isn't it? That seems pretty interesting. I like that concept. Captain Jules said, would love to see Black Rhino in the game. Yes. I think a lot of people are missing the Black Rhino. A lot of people get salty about nobody probably gets more salty about not having that yet than the Black Rhino. People love that animal. I'd love to see it too. Well, I don't know, Ace. It may help if you look at it, maybe if you come in and look at it like a Suyana and try to design the zoo almost like a theme park with, you know, the marketplaces and the gift shops and just the thematic presentation. Maybe if you come into Planet Zoo with that mindset, it may help you. That's kind of what I'm doing with Suyana, you know. This is way too out there for a, you know, for like a real zoo. So that's why I've kind of approached it as almost like a you know, mix between like almost Islands of Adventure like with Animal Kingdom. It's oh, that would be cool to have platypus and flying squirrels. Yes. Yes. Yes, a theme zoo. Think of it like that. You're designing a theme park. It just so happens to have animals living in it. Bo. Little Bo. Is she not having an awesome time over there at Guerrilla Games, like being able to work on Horizon? I'm sure that was not an easy decision on her, but one that ultimately, like, no way you could pass up. Oh yeah, I miss Bo too. I was telling Drew, the only bad thing about Bo leaving is I'm hoping like we don't get that message one day that like Shantae's following her. Like she got Shantae on over there. I mean, not that I would want to like hold anybody back or not get to, you know, see Shantae, you know, maybe take a better position, but we can't lose Shantae too. But you know, I will have to say that the new Dalia lady, awesome. Like, you know, I know I've said this before on stream, but from day one, that lady has just been killer. So definitely, if anything weird happens with Shantae, as long as Dalia is still, as long as we still have her, I think we'll be semi-okay. Now, the dudes, don't know any of them. Never spoke to them, never. I could not even tell you one of their names right now off the top of my head. Do not know them. But Shantae, Dalia, awesome. Yeah, Dalia is like her, she's like the influencer manager now, coaster designer. She came in like 2 weeks before Bo left. Like, Bo basically like trained her and then was gone. That happened to me when I worked at Blockbuster once. Like years and years ago when I was in college, I worked at a Blockbuster, and this dude hired me. It was just super cool, like just awesome manager. Was there like 3 weeks and then took a job at like maybe even at like Blockbuster corporate, or took another job somewhere else, and a new manager came in. Hated that dude, like hated him with a passion. And but yeah, the cool dude trained me for like 2-3 weeks, and then he called us all in. He's like, well, I'm taking another position. That sucked. And I was definitely like the low dude on the totem pole, so I would like have carts and carts of DVD boxes that I would have to put back, each night, and it was just a horrible. You think like I thought at first like working at Blockbuster would be cool because you get like 5 free rentals a week. You get movies, like we would get movies like 2 weeks before they come out to the public, because they'd want us to watch them so we could tell people, oh yeah, I watched it, that it was cool. Yeah, I definitely recommend renting it. But it did not end up being that cool. I bet you it could have been cool, but just the manager that I kind of got stuck with and what ended up happening, it did not end up being cool. I remember when I quit, like they said I wasn't going to get my last paycheck if I didn't bring my shirt back. I like took the shirt back and just like threw it through the front door, grabbed my check. That was terrible. Old Blockbuster. Then you all know what happened to them a few short years later. Redbox came along, destroyed them. Now Netflix came along. Red boxes are like just look like little weird things where drug deals go down now. It's got like dust and cobwebs on them. There's a little food lying down from my house, and there's still a red box at it, but it's just like really kind of janky and creepy. Where's the grass I'm looking for? Yeah, right here. I know this is kind of desert-like grass, but I love it. Let's see where's that 2-piece at? Me neither. Like now that I'm in a management type position, I kind of remember how like I was treated by, like that manager. I've been pretty fortunate with managers, really, like, in my working life. But like I'll never forget that new Blockbuster manager. So now I'm like very, very cognitive of how I treat people that work under me and how like that made me feel, and like you never forget that stuff. Ace said, I've worked for the same organization for about 3 years. My first manager stressed me out. I just made a lateral move, and now my current manager makes me enjoy my job. That is important. I know it sounds cliche, but as far as your job goes, a lot of us, you're around those people more than you're around your real families. 5-6 days a week, you have to be around those people. So it's in your best interest to at least try to, at least get along with them, and sometimes that is easier said than done. So if you get along with your manager and they do not absolutely make you dread having to come in there, that is a pretty cool situation you're in. Yeah. Only hate them off the clock. I'm liking those stairs, guys. So let's kind of... You know how hard it's going to be for me to try to get this massive path back together like this? All right, we will get rid of that tree for now. I just want to try to grab up as much of this as I need to and leave the rest behind. So let's just see what we can do with this. Whoa, I've got like palm trees way out there. With my off-the-grid building style, you never know what you're gonna click on, and like I could have like a whole waterfall attached to this over there. Okay, it just left a couple little things behind. Okay, so what we want to do is line this sidewalk up with these stairs, and it should work out okay. And not block the ADA access. Oh, that kind of looks good back through there. Big shopping area. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. And then we just kind of have to be thinking about path work. Aiden is back. Man, this whole plaza is going to look so much better now, isn't it? Going up through there. Some of that was blocking the some of that was blocking our giraffes in. I think I want to redo the, like, this is going to be the new giraffe area. I've never really liked it the way it was over here. So I think this is all going to work out for the best. And I need to collect all this stuff up. I think that's everything on that. Aiden says, would you ever consider making a zoo like this but have all the management features on and animal welfare on? You know, you never know. Maybe one of these days. I'm just more like a design type person. where I just kind of like coming in here all just free reign and putting these zoos together, but I could definitely see us maybe starting like a franchise zoo maybe one day and trying to really play the game, you know, how it was intentioned. Yeah, I could even make the giraffes a part of the tour. Just that sight line down through there just looks a lot better than having that, like, that treehouse thing that we had. Sorry, people. You got to stay over there for a little bit. Yep, it's cool. And like I was telling Remnant, the thing about this is, that's fun, is we're not on any time limit with this, you know? It's just like whenever we have time to come down and stream is, you know? So really kind of just cool, low pressure, you know? Rob says, Stan, what do you think about us now getting animal talk in the next DLC? Awesome. I think it just really, it'll take that was such a highly requested feature. Checks a big check mark off of their kind of, you know, like as far as what people were wanting. And I think that's an awesome part for me, just knowing that so many people wanted that and they get to deliver on that. That's one thing I don't like about this. See, it's just so stinking weird. As far as water goes in this game, the water from over here is obstructing the path being able to be put up here because this path right here is so close to the water. Hey, this side still works, though. With this side still working, we may be able to make this work. Maybe I will even, remember how I said we wanted to do a new lion exhibit? May do some kind of really cool lion exhibit like at the end of this, or either move my existing one over here and just give them more space. All right, let's see if I can make this work, y'all. I might have went a hair too high, but I might be able to bring that stuff up. Okay, if I go that way with that, will it let me split off? Maybe let me split off right here? Yes. Okay. So we're still cool. I just have to raise up this stuff just a little. And I don't really like that, too much of that pavement up here. I kind of like this better. Seems more shop-like. Yeah, that would be cool if we had mascots. Dang, that'd be awesome. Little entertainers. My least favorite animal in Planet Zoo. I don't know if I have a least favorite. I just wish I wish there was a different system they could have implemented with where we could have seen designed a habitat for the green iguanas and all of that. But I guess I don't have a least favorite. I don't like how the gharials can breed absolutely out of control if you have breeding turned on and you're not watching. I don't know, Geck, but that would be awesome if they could, whatever kind of mechanic, if we think they're, going to come along with the, with your otters and seals and stuff. Like how epic would that be if they could do the same for the, for the crocodiles and stuff, That's a pretty high first step. Oh yeah, that would be awesome to see the polar bears and stuff actually, deep diving and playing around up against the glass and stuff, There we go. So this kind of sets the stage for some more interesting stuff, Otter cuddle party animation. Yes. See you, Geck. You know, this wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. We kind of got that moved with not too much stress. Ah, race car made it. Race car, we have moved an entire shopping district. Look at the big elephant tree kind of just back there on its all on its lonesome now. Sorry, elephant tree. Yes, I saw that you logged in to Planet Zoo a few moments ago, coaster designer. Go ahead, admit it, I've inspired you. Oh Lord, is that drunk Drew still streaming? Yes, you never know where S-Dan is going to be lurking. Well, race car, both. Yeah, Remnant, sometimes you just gotta jump in and make those executive decisions, you know? It had to happen. This is for the greater good. That bird even chirps when you open the nature tab. So they have to give us birds. They have to. Hey, Savannah. I'm glad you could catch the stream for a little bit. We are trying to make some moves happen with this, with our Flamingo Lagoon, but now we have it where the shopping district sits right behind the lagoon. So it kind of pulls everybody past the lagoon here, up into the little. See, I designed this as almost like a little flea market type of, you know, merchant area. Like some of the people, they're selling their stuff right out here in the middle of the street, and then you've got the shops over here off to the side. I just thought this was a cool open area type of shop setting. You got the customs house here. Got to go in and check your food. Told Drew, yeah. I tell you, it's hard with Drew nowadays. He streams like 18 hours a day. I never know when to start or stop. The Basic Builder. Hello, buddy. Watch Basic say, I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, friend. And one thing that is better about this particular section now to Savannah is it's pretty steep, unfortunately, but we have an ADA access ramp up to the shopping area now. Whereas before, I kind of had boxed myself in over there, so this is looking a little better. Little better. Well, either that, Jonas, or if you think you could make Carlos's netting here look right, you could go into Suyana and use that as well. So this kind of netting could probably work well for the tiger exhibit. I just don't know how many of these. Okay, he's got that as one. I don't know how many. I don't know if that would cause you kind of issues getting in there and taking from that, but that would not be a bad netting option. Whoa! I've still got a giraffe out here. Come here, buddy. He didn't go very far. We gotta get our... Did our flamingos come back? Yeah, they got them all back. I'm not your buddy, pal. Even if Frontier never gets aviary mechanics down, the number of African savanna birds alone that could go in an open air enclosure could make a decently sized DLC pack. I can't argue with you there. There are a lot of people waiting on that type of pack. Yeah, runaway giraffe. We got him. And they put our penguins back. I mean, our flamingos. I wish they'd put our penguins back. Kind of wonder how many of these animals, like, we don't have yet were planned. And just for whatever reason, like they weren't ready, or, you know, that stuff you kind of find out, like, you know, a year or two from now, we'll get like some kind of devlog or something. But the rhinos are a big kicker for people. That's one of those where people are really like, we need those. Why are they not here? You know, another thing I noticed about Remnant on episode 6 of Balboa, I believe it was the Tiger Valley type episode, how legit his construction walls are. Like, mine are just like trash bamboo implied construction walls. Remnants look like something straight out of Disneyland. They are just really, really cool, believable, like something's awesome is happening back here and we're not ready for you to see it yet. Whoa, I didn't notice a bunch of this crap come in. Okay, I can't tell which crap is mine and which was not supposed to be there or which was hidden by rock. that bad? There. Maybe that can stay. You know, I'm thinking while I have you guys here, we've only been here an hour and a half. Surely we've got a little bit left to go. Maybe we go ahead and try to get the lions relocated. And I'm sorry, I did not mean to call you Shirley. I'm sure you've probably already seen it, but I just finished Secrets of Disney's Animal Kingdom. Really great series on Disney Plus. Have to recommend it. You know, I haven't finished watching that yet. I am really early on. Like, I've gotten to the part where they finally trained the giraffe to let them clip her hooves and like get them cleaned up. I am so early into that, and I have not got a chance to catch up on that. Everybody's telling me, though, no spoilers, but I still have to watch episode 13 of The Mandalorian. So I have that. When I get off stream, I'm probably going to go upstairs and put that on. So yeah, I see some Mandalorian in my future coming up. Yeah, so I definitely have some catching up to do on our Animal Kingdom. I love those type of things on Disney Plus. Like, my favorite thing on there was, remember when we first got it and like the first thing everybody went to watch was the Imagineering stories? Like, I wish they'd come out with a whole nother season of that. You know, like I wish there was more of those. And some people were saying today it would be cool, like, if they did an Imagineering story like that with Walt Disney World, but actually, like, let some Imagineers walk through the different parks, you know, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and just explain stuff, like, as they're walking through the park. I think that would be cool. Yep, that was like, I think that made me get Disney Plus when people were talking about the Imagineering story. So stinking cool. All right, I'm trying to kind of eyeball this up here, but I think we are ready to maybe relocate some lions. And it would kind of fit in with our narrative of, like, not just having big giant signs up, but almost like implied theming of what's going on back here. Because, you know, we did that as well for the elephants, remember? Like, we don't just have like a massive sign up like Indian elephants this way, but as you come back through here, you know, you see the little elephant carvings up before you go through the tunnel. And then as you make your way out here to kind of explore, like, what is going on out here, then you come upon the little family. There's the big boy and the little baby. My gosh, one thing I will defend Frontier to the death for is their animation and textures. Like, is that not insane? There will not be another game like this for another probably 15 years that will improve upon this. I mean, from like a noticeable standpoint. They are just so on it with these guys. Oh, he's gonna lay back down. Drew has run you all off, and now it's my turn. Welcome! Alright, for all of my Drew Raiders, this is our new Remnant-inspired Flamingo Lagoon. And what you just missed was us taking this shopping center and we moved it. It was here in this big blank spot, and we've shifted it to kind of play along with the whole revamped lagoon area. What do you think about this, Drew? Does this not look killer now? Just so much more open. We have the ADA access ramp here. Cover our wheelchair guests. And this just the sight lines, this just looks a lot better. Look, there's people up here now. Oh, you know what? I do not have any warthogs in here yet, Zard. We need to take a look at that. Thank you, Aunt Crispy. This is about maybe 2 streams worth of work. But I was able to switch over their little waterfall now. All of it has kind of come over from their little not so nice lagoon. Oh yeah, Aunt Crispy, that's just the plaster pieces. Just, recolorable. The recolorable plaster pieces. I don't think you all have missed much. We've just kind of been messing around, mainly back there with the lagoon. I removed some trees kind of up here at our orangutan exhibit, when you can kind of come under the little tunnel here. But other than that, we've just kind of been messing with the kind of like that shopping center. We're kind of flirting with the idea of moving the lions, but we'll see. Also for you new guys, we did the plaster here for the saltwater crocodiles as well. No, Bold, I have not figured out the keeper access yet. I kind of been putting that off. Hey, thank you, Mayforce. Thank you, Captain Joel. I don't know, Miles. Just a lot of practice and a lot of just nerddom. This is just kind of what we hang out and do. Check this out, Miles. This is my implied Avatar, World of Avatar, Floating Mountain section. So we don't have any animals picked out. We don't have... It's just kind of... This was kind of like just a little offshoot idea. And now we've got Pandora. Yeah, Crispy. So see, you can just kind of... You can make your way down these steps and kind of see them under the water. Or you've got their little beach access area up here. Yeah, just do some weird animals back there with the floating mountains. We could do like a nocturnal house back there too. This is this over here is kind of like a split 3 exhibit. It was just started out. I was telling the guys at the beginning of the stream. This started out as just a massive Indian rhino exhibit, but we've actually split it now up into 3. So you still have your main kind of, you still have your Indian rhinos. There's some monkeys running around over here that are not supposed to be here. But you've got your Indian rhino exhibit here. Still really popular with the guests. But then over here, as far as their neighbors go, check this out. We have some Komodo dragons now. There's one right there. So this is kind of like the Indian rhinos' new neighbors over here. And over here are where the monkeys are supposed to be. This guy just runs back and forth. These little tapirs, this is their little lagoon and hangout spot. And they love swimming all out in this. And I was showing Remnant and Heather and them at the beginning as well. This was a guest builder, Carlos G72. I'm sure you guys have seen his builds, but he built me a nature trail back in here, the Amani Trail. So we've got the suspended nature trail as well. So this has been really fun. I gave the park to him for like a week, and this is what he gave back to me. See, you've got the little trails, even little like off the beaten path trails right here he's set up, and it kind of dead ends right here, but he's got like the little information signs. You can just come out here to the end and check them out. And then over here, he actually has another entrance over here on this side that takes you back to the tiger exhibit. Here's these guys. This is like their little lagoon. You can come watch them swim, and they've got their own little waterfall. You know, Miles, I don't know. This is my little implied meerkat exhibit if we were to ever get them. I tried to build as small as tunnels as I could, but that's about as small as I could get it. But maybe one day we could actually put some meerkats in there. Yeah, I'm not sure what my favorite exhibit is. Right now, I think it would definitely be the Flamingo Lagoon, just because how it's kind of tying in with the shopping district and all that. Oh, Jana said, hi all, can someone tell me if 3-meter paths work for staff? You know, I'm not sure. If somebody could help us with that. See, Aunt Crispy, this is what's going to be like the Jungle Jeep Adventure Tour area. This is the station, and they kind of come down off this hill. This is where they end. But I thought it was cool because being out here on the path, people can come by and, like, you know, if you had, like, you know, people on it or whatever, you could take pictures of them, little kids and stuff, as they're coming by. But this is kind of like the starting off point. And we've got to work on I want to work on like some kind of really creaky wooden bridge right here. This out here is kind of like the whole entrance area. This is my janky little parking lot I started. And this is where everybody comes in. This is the first set of waterfalls I built for the zoo. This is Jaguar Falls. So that kind of greets you once you're getting out of the car and walking in. This is kind of just a little Main Street type of area. And I got these off the workshop from Michelle. Did an excellent job on those South American type buildings. Kind of walk, it's cool, you can walk by and kind of look in there, a little staff room. And this is Chimp Ridge. So really popular spot right when the guests first come in the zoo. They crowd up there and start watching. Whoops. Had a little guy boxed up. This is like a little underground cave viewing area if you wanted to come down through here and get up really close and see them. Hey, thanks, Jenna. Here comes the family. It's fun to see these guys. Like when it rains, they run back up. They run back up here into this little top habitat. This was intended to be a Himalayan brown bear exhibit. This is from Woody's workshop, but I took it and repurposed it as Chimp Ridge up here. So really, really fun spot. This is our ranger station that we put together a few streams back. Hey, see you, Miles. Thank you, buddy. Miles has got to leave us. So yeah, Suyana, it's just got all kinds of little, like little paths to explore. You have the main paths, but really it's a zoo that kind of like take for instance the Gharial exhibit over here. See, you've got like the main little path right here you're standing on, and you could look out into their lagoon or whatever. But there's also little bridges and little caves and stuff you can kind of get back in here and watch them through and explore. That's kind of like Suyana's whole MO. You never know what's around the next corner. This is like one of our little gift shop areas put together. I found these shelves off the workshop. Kind of designed this whole thing around them. I don't know, Aunt Crispy. I don't really mess with their thoughts too much on here. So, and plus, with this particular zoo, the welfare, all of that's turned off. Everything's powered, everything's cleaned, the water's cleaned. This was just going in and me wanting to just not have any restrictions and just build my dream zoo, essentially. And over here, oops, we had two more that had escaped. For any of you new people, this was, like I said earlier, this whole shopping center was right here. So it was kind of blocking our giraffes, keeping them in. But we're going to change all that up a little bit. We're going to give the giraffes a new exhibit. And all of this, like I also said from the beginning, this is all my buddy Remnant inspired. Watching some of his social media and his screens, and particularly his series, Balboa Zoo. Look it up if you haven't got to check it out. Your jaw's going to hit the floor. Watching him design, him and Jay Ash, has made me just rethink what I wanted to do here in Suyana, and has just totally revamped my outlook on what I think we can make these exhibits look like, the shopping areas, the different terrain leveling. It's just been revitalized me to get back in Planet Zoo and try to make some of these newer ideas happen. So that is kind of how this came about. This is like part of our lion exhibit I'm thinking about moving. I definitely like the Pride Rock kind of feeling I have going on with this. And I want the people to be able, like, even if we have to do it with glass, I want the guests to be able to get up a little more close and personal with the lions. And so, see, that is going to be the big ticket animal, kind of pulling people through this shopping district here, this shopping center, past the lagoon, and you're going to be greeted like by the lions out here. I think that's just going to work out a lot better. Hey, I love your zoos. Happy you could make it, buddy. They do not give you many Fridays off, do they? Ah, good idea, Bluefin. See, I have to have Bluefin to keep me in check. Sorry, guys, you all have to go up for just a little bit. Want to use a lot more glass work this time with the lions instead of just kind of like the open air. Okay. Yes, Crispy, I was thinking if we could kind of get this almost level with the path, we could maybe glass it off a little more natural. You know what, though? I think I might even have a better idea than this, because I used it in an experiment zoo. Let's put that out there a minute. Hold on a minute. I think I can take something from one of my experiment zoos. Let's go back out to the main menu a minute and load this other zoo up. And if I can't remember if I saved that far, but if I did, we could take from it. Let's see. Hayan al-Bashar. How long did I build on Suyana? Well, let's see where the first Suyana... Where is Suyana? It was right after New Tropic Zoo. April 7th was my very first... We just finished up Pine Creek, and I was building a little tree house, and I started right at the beginning of April on Suyana. Third episode came out on April 12th. Can you believe we've been working on this that long? But let's see here. Where I would have saved that. Hopefully I saved the start of that lion exhibit. Maybe it's New Zoo? Jeez, that would have been way back in... That would have been way back in December, it looks like that said. No, I'm not sure why Jonty stopped Nuna Kanata. He stopped a lot of gaming, just in general. But remember too, I believe he started a new job as well. So he started a whole new, like a full-time job, like in a shop, and so I think that kind of cut into a lot of his gaming time. Whereas, you know, obviously when he was doing this full-time, he would, you know, make videos and stream throughout the day. But so that has kind of cut back his a little bit. But I think he just posted a new video today. I don't remember what he was playing, but yeah, I think he's got some plans to start coming back. Kind of what he was telling me and Drew not too long ago. He was kind of trying to gear up to jump back in. I know he was really interested in Evil Genius 2. And hopefully that's dropping soon. I think they just put out a new trailer not too long ago. Okay, so where in the world did I put this piece? Oh, wait a minute. We're talking way out here in the African section. Yeah, check this out. This is what I did here, and I've got it glassed off, and it's like their little tunnel area. So, I mean, we could use that as a good starting point, as like right when they come past that that market area. And obviously in Suyana, their little habitat won't be this large, but I think that's what we do, you guys. I think that will work. Okay, now let's go back real quick and we'll give it a try. At least get back in here and see what this looks like. Appreciate you guys coming over too from Drew's raid. He has been absolutely killing it lately. He is on some like Twitch partnership type hours right now. Guys, I think that's going to work. Like right when you come through here, they could be resting up on this. And we could make it like a bowl almost. Come around here with that top piece up there. So that's lined up with the bottom of the path. Yeah, and this whole little like cul-de-sac here, we'll move these back. This could be like the whole lion's den over here. Yeah, Paulsley's got some good, he's got some good tutorials out. And also too, yeah, Janice said, hold Z for free rotate. You can even disable angle snapping on the bottom right menu. How many giraffes did I have if that many keep escaping? Heather said lots. Lots. Kind of got to give them a little opening right here as well, because they're going to be back here too. Hello, King Terra. Still think that view turned out a lot better. Still don't know if I'm just 100% liking this though. Kind of seems a little encroached on itself almost, like the space here is just still a little too tight for, you know, a main type of animal presentation like a lion. But you know, honestly, the Knoxville Zoo presentation of lions is horrible. There's like hardly anybody goes back there. It's way at the back of the zoo. It is it's just not very impressive at all. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that. Yeah, that could work. Have the path go complete. Well, you know, even though we could even this could be more of a of the giraffe area over here. You know, kind of get it walled off really nice around this little circle, and have the giraffes over on this side. Because the lions, we need to come up with something for them. Just, we need a little more pop, you know. Yeah, you're right, that would look cool with like a fountain right here in the middle of this. Maybe some foliage work. Could even do maybe some zebras and giraffe over here. Whoops, there they are again. Yeah. That may work as well. You know, that's what I did in Pine Creek. We did like a predator prey type exhibit, and it did look cool. Where we had like the lions like way in the background, and the zebras and the giraffes, all of those were kind of in the foreground, and it was like a tiered system, and I think that came out cool. May try that too. When we're done here, this will all be an illusion. Hanover Zoo? Yeah, I'll need to check that out. You know, in real life, I would love to go check out the Henry Dorley, I believe it's called. Am I saying that right? Henry Dorley Zoo? Old Drew just finished up dinner. Drew probably had like a heated Pop-Tart for dinner. That was good. I'd like to go over to Mass Bandits Zoo too, the Houston Zoo. Oh yeah, Savannah, we started messing with some Christmas decorations too. I'll have to film that and put it on the channel and show you guys. Casey goes absolutely insane for Christmas. You guys thought that we do it cool on for Halloween. Christmas is a whole new deal. Christmas time has come again. I'm more of a Halloween spooky person, I guess, but I love decorating and like all the stuff for Christmas too. But Halloween is kind of just my thing. Oh, Gek's back. Gek kind of had to leave us a little abruptly. All I want for Christmas is you. Too soon for that? Oh, that's cool, Basic Builder. I was just in Pigeon Forge. I can be to you in like 50 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes if I floor it. Only thing is, Basic Builder and like 2.8 million other people are going to be there with him. Pigeon Forge is very, very popular around Christmas time. Oh yeah, King Terra, isn't it like, it's like your summer right there right now, isn't it? Because I watch, who do I watch over there? I started to say Beat 'em Ups, but he doesn't even live in Australia anymore. YBS, Youngbloods, Brody Moss and those guys. And I thought they just said it was like summer there. And I'm like, huh, that's awesome. You guys over there in your other hemisphere. $40 today. Yikes. Isn't 40 degrees Celsius like close to 100 in Merkin? I think it's like 100 degrees. Oh, 104. No, thank you. They're calling for snow here Tuesday and Saturday. I was like, what? Of course, it is going to be like, isn't it going to be December on Saturday? Or close? Well, no, Drew, we don't get a lot of snow here. But the thing is, when we do get snow, it paralyzes everything. Like 1 inch of snow here shuts down schools for like a week. I mean, it's insane. And it just, people are like, oh, we got to get our milk and bread. We're all going to die. And it's like, we get like a dusting. So it's weird here. It does not take a lot of snow to get us excited, but yeah, they are calling for snow on Tuesday and Saturday. So we'll just kind of have to see what happens. Leaf said, yeah, you should come up here. Yep, we just do not handle snow too well here. See, Leaf, what we did, right now we're kind of just messing around with a little fountain, but we have moved the shopping center. So now it kind of flanks the Flamingo Lagoon. So see, doesn't that look a lot better now that like the Flamingo Lagoon is almost presenting you with the shopping district up here. So we just thought that, kind of thought that looked better than the little treehouse thing I had there. And because that whole shopping area sat right there. And so I've shifted it. And now the whole area is just kind of coming together. Savannah is off to get her tree. Good luck on that. Thanks for stopping by, Savannah. See you later. I'm probably about to jump off here soon too, guys. I've been here like a 2.5 hours. Casey's gonna kill me. I got to get up there and start helping with some Christmas decorations. But I should be back tomorrow. Probably maybe around lunchtime, hopefully. And I'll get in here and hang out with you guys and see what we can make happen with these giraffes or these lions or kind of whatever we decide to do over here. Drew, I am loving that eucalyptus tree. It just works out awesome. Yeah, Drew, when are you streaming again next? In the morning sometime? Yeah, but guys, well, I think we got a pretty good bit done this evening, and we got that whole shopping plaza removed. We've started on this little circle fountain plaza that we'll probably get the giraffes and stuff moved over to tomorrow. I wish we had some bigger giraffe statues. Oh yeah, Drew, you didn't get to see. I changed out that tree as well over here in front of the Indian Rhino exhibit where the Komodo Dragons are. Check this out now. Does that tree not just look killer here? Hold on, let me hit T a second. Doesn't that look so much better than that twisted tree I had there? It's just like it just imposes over the whole area. It just adds so much character. And you know, I thought I loved the Brazilian nut tree, but nah, I think this one's kind of taking the proverbial cake for me here. You know, I don't know if it's on the workshop or not, King. This tree was left behind by Carlos. So I just took it from see how Carlos G built me like a nature trail over here? I took it from that. It was like the first tree he built right here. And he hung the little pieces of moss from it. And it just insanely incredible what he was able to do. But yeah, guys, I will go ahead and jump out of here. I'm going to try to get us a cool screenshot now of like this with the shopping center in the background. And I'll put it on Instagram and Twitter here in a little bit. If you guys have those, go over there and give me a follow, and you can say that you were here when we made it happen in real time. I'm at SDanWolf on both of those. Drew, look how pitiful the elephant tree looks, just way out there on its own now. This, all of this will stay. I just, just got to get this little part worked out. But yeah, guys, thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me. Heather, thanks for helping me with modding. We finally had one little creepy issue this evening. Some guy just started popping in the chat, just started dick. So me and Heather had to shut him down, but sorry about that. But we should be good from here on out. And we will jump in here tomorrow and try to figure out what we're going to put in here. So yes, thank you guys, and I will catch you guys probably tomorrow afternoon. See you guys. Thank you.